Welcome to this short video which introduces the emerging findings from the recent evaluation of the QAA Scotland enhancement themes. This is the story so far. As the evaluators, we've spent some time immersing ourselves in the enhancement themes work, meeting colleagues, setting milestones and deliverables, and reviewing documentation. The first reporting milestone was to conduct a documentary analysis of overview reports from all previous themes, alongside Year 1 institutional reports for the Developing Resilient Communities theme. The aim of this initial work was to produce speculative but reasoned hypotheses and then workable lines of inquiry, which we'll explore during the next phase of this evaluation. A proforma was used for the extraction of key information and guided the analysis. This proforma asked questions of the document such as, what change has been made or is being made, and why does the change need to occur? The evidence has been recorded as commentaries and actions, providing insights into the quality and impact for each enhancement theme over the last 20 years and for the first year of the Resilient Communities theme. In addition, an evidence gap map was produced, which provided a visual account of the areas of strength and the areas for the development across the 20 years of the themes. 5 key areas emerged, which have become formative lines of inquiry and will be the focus of our upcoming work. These are theme engagement, modelling of evidence and impact measures, methodological guidance, capacity building of evaluative mindsets, and future-proofing. Each of these themes will now be introduced. The relationship between the funded enhancement theme work and existing institutional strategies was interesting. We were drawn to the rationale for designing either a single project or multiplicity of projects, and we discussed which was more effective and what the primary drivers of the activities were. We debated how a focus on theme work is maintained, how project plans are used, and how the effectiveness of stakeholder engagement is explored, especially work with students. There were some interesting areas of work which were noted but were not necessarily linked to measures of impact. These included resource creation, student partnerships and internships, and the association between theme engagement and professional development. Moving measurement beyond numbers of hits, reads, attendees is important to assess assumed change. Measurement of impact is not straightforward, especially when measures appear intangible. We would like to explore this further and support this development by modelling evaluative practices. There were some similarities in the methodological approaches used in the cited project work and areas which more guidance could be offered. The use of evidence to inform a rationale for change at the start of a project and the impact of change at the middle or the end of a project could be untangled. The difference between project outputs and project outcomes could be more clearly defined, and the impact over a suitable time period could be developed. We also note that a lens of ethics, bias, criticality, and reflection, rather than reporting within an enhancement theme, could also be encouraged. We do realise that evaluation is not always the top priority. However, we are keen to help you and your work be sustainable and explore what skills might be needed to make evaluation more effective. We'd like to know whether the language of evaluation presents a barrier for capacity building and how this could be overcome. We're certainly trying to be more mindful of this in our communications. Whilst this evaluation is looking, in part, at previous impact, future-proofing approaches is a key concern. We would like to ask quite difficult but hopefully constructive questions such as, do organisations need to be doing less to be more effective? Does the timing of the themes affect impact measurement? How could the interrelationships and congruence between themes be enhanced? From the analysis of the 20 years of the enhancement themes, we identified a number of follow-up actions, including making contact with report authors, steering group chairs and members, following up on themes recommendations, and sourcing further resources. This will be a sizable activity. From looking closely at the Year 1 plans for the current theme, The evaluators now intend to design and deliver a programme of capacity building for those involved, which will touch on the points raised in this overview. Our overall aim is not simply to document activity and change through this evaluation, but to provide a usable framework for evaluation activity within the remainder of this theme and beyond.